The first native ground cover I tried was the semi-evergreen foam flower, which turns out to be a close substitute for conventional ground covers such as English ivy. Every year it overgrows the sidewalk, so I can trim off a strip of it and transplant it somewhere else. Around the same time I put in some green and gold, which really shows well with its lighter green and its bright flowers that bloom for such a nice long time. But I had heard about using sedges as ground cover, so in 2018 I declared it to be the year of the ground cover and ordered flats of plugs of 4 different kinds. It was a really wet summer when there is no such thing as dry shade, so the Carex pennsylvanica in the shade died out immediately, though some we planted at meeting in full sun did great. 2 years on is still early to judge the other 3 sedges. I had predicted I would like Carex amphibola the best, and it is kind of nice, but I think the Carex platyphylla with its wide leaves is going to work better. The Carex appalachia just looks like grass, and next to the grass of the lawn looks fairly pointless so far, though again as it matures I might change my mind. That same year I also added woodland phlox, which makes a great evergreen ground cover that spreads nicely. Last year I added some Carex blanda, which will eventually get a lot bigger than the other ones. And this spring I put in some Sedum ternatum around one tree and some Carex radiata around another. I used an auger made for this purpose to dig the holes and garden staples to keep the squirrels from digging them right up again. If you want a green wall, Virginia creeper is just the thing. It's free and looks great, though I do have to cut it back where it grows up between the boards of the deck. Speaking of free, the common violet has accidentally become the default ground layer in parts of our yard, and golden ragwort is nearly free since it self-seeds so nicely. I've come to understand that the best way to think of low-growing plants is not so much as a ground cover, but as a ground layer under taller plants, which is what you see in the functioning ecosystems we are trying to recreate. In shade, you don't really need much to keep down weeds, and in full sun, you need much taller and bigger plants to control them.